Good grief. Come on, dude. How hard is it to keep track of your schedule?
Hello, friends. Welcome to User Friendly, the podcast that talks about technology, our favorite stuff on the web, and all things geek.
Oh my gosh, this is flawless.
My name is Roberto Hoyos. I am your co-host. I'm also the founder of Throwboy, and I'm here with my friend.
I'm Erfon Elijah. I'm also your co-host. And I am the founder slash producer slash host slash editor of the Cultcast.
Keep it rolling, keep it rolling.
And this is User Friendly, episode
58?
58.
You might want to look that one up.
Let's just call it 58, even though it may not be.
Yeah, so we're back for another round.
Oh, dude. So, how have you been?
Not bad, not bad. It's been a busy week, and we're doing it one day early, as you guys can tell.
Maybe they can't tell.
Well, you're gonna upload it.
I was gonna upload it tomorrow.
What effort does it take to put it up and let it just upload?
Dude, it takes like an hour, and I need to be using my computer.
Well,
It brings my network.
Never mind, you're not a day early at all.
Yeah, we are recording Wednesday.
Does it really?
Yeah, it does. So now I do it at night.
Are you serious?
I'm dead serious. Yeah.
I can upload at my house. When I used to edit the show at my house, I would upload YouTube and Blip at the same time.
Oh gosh, I tried that once,
and
I was
work.
like, never again.
You always brag about that your internet's super fast.
It is, but for whatever reason, it actually might not be my internet. It might be my computer, because for whatever reason, whenever I try to do two of those things at the same time, my internet on my my browser ceases to function. Just totally comes to a halt.
Then never mind. But yeah, it's been busy. But
so we're getting ready for Comic-Con, which is this next weekend.
That's what I was gonna say. Yeah. So I've been nonstop, pretty much most of the month. I've been working.
Have you really?
Preparing, yeah.
Wow.
But then, so now we're working on like the really kind of like booth specific stuff. So we're like making.
So your products are all ready.
We're like making props and making like little fixtures for everything. We're finding, all the stuff that we forget about that we need until the last minute. So I just went to Home Depot and bought like shag carpet for the booth and all this stuff. And I mean, we're gonna set up in 2 days, man. It's crazy. Like
I know,
2 days from now, we'll be setting up.
Yes, that's true. So, for those that don't know, I also founded a little clothing brand called Mite Tees, and actually we're still going, and I'm going to be doing Mite Tees at the event too, so we're going to be there, but all my products are made.
Yeah.
For the most part. There's some stuff that we need to do, and the booth design is pretty much the same every time we do one of these. Do you remember, we used to do so many more of these kinds of events?
Yeah, we did.
Do you ever, think that maybe you want to do more of them? Because I'm happy it's only once a year.
Yeah, I think 2 is my limit. You know, 2, maybe 3, but it would have to be a really enticing third one for me to want to go do it.
Yes.
But no, I like that. I like that we luckily have the biggest Comic-Con in the Northwest here.
Yes.
And it's only, a quick drive away to go do it. And then the only other one that I make, that I attend every year is VidCon. And that's just because, Throwboy has a following on YouTube, so it just makes sense to go there. But yeah, I mean, when we first did it, we thought we had the bug and we were going to do it 100 million times. And
it's so much work. Not even just getting prepared for it. It's setting up the booth. I mean, you have to basically pack your entire store, your online store, bring it to this location with 10,000 other people, and then set it all back up and create a storefront in your little whatever size booth that you have, and then sit there all weekend. And sometimes it works out great. I mean, we've both had great weekends. I did a con called SecuriCon. It's like an anime con. Yeah. Probably 6 months ago. And a friend of mine was like, "You need to do this. You're gonna make so much money, dude." So I was like, "All right, let's do it." Right. So we go through all this effort, and I think I sold probably 15 things in 3 days after working for 30 hours setting everything up and then spending the entire weekend there.
Yeah, man. Oh, it's such a big fear even now, because you put everything out there and you see what people like. Because sometimes you just don't hit the right crowd, like you guys, it was just not the right crowd.
Yeah, there's a guy across the way from me selling these weird oblong pillows with Japanese anime characters screen printed on them. That guy couldn't keep them in stock. There's little kids dressed in all sorts of crazy outfits buying those things left and right.
But see,
I'm at the wrong place right now.
Yeah, that's the thing. Is like if you tap into the perfect convention for what you're selling, you could do gangbusters. You know.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It's also tempting too. A friend of mine, our mutual friend Dennis, who actually just got into town, he's doing the con as well. And we always talk about how, you know, every year there's some trend, and it would be very easy to just be that guy that is the vendor for that trend. Yeah. But you, on the flip side, it's like, well, you actually want to have your own brand and build your own brand, not just sell.
Well, we do
Avengers toys.
We do, right? But there's a lot of people there that are like, I just want to make money.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Oh yeah, totally. Yeah.
So yeah, it's tempting. It's like, oh well, maybe you could do like a Thor T-shirt because that movie just came out or something.
Oh yeah,
you know. But then you're like, well, is that really my thing or what? Right?
Yeah, totally. We can't chase that kind of stuff down. You know, it's funny. I think. Actually, kind of unfortunately, we hit so much success with Comic-Con right from the very start, because that was the first con that we did, that I was kind of like thinking, oh, well, other cons are going to be great too.
Right, that's how.
But they're not. It's just Comic-Con in Seattle.
Yeah.
And our Comic-Con is fantastic. Like, it's basically double in size this year, and I'm super excited because Patrick Stewart, Captain Picard from Star Trek's going to be there this year. I'm a huge Star Trek The Next Generation fan, so that's going to be awesome.
Maybe he won't snub you like Data did.
I got to tell this story now. So, I think year one at Comic-Con Seattle.
Wait, hold on. I have to preface this. You've been snubbed by 2 Star Trek Next Generation
characters. One cooler than the other. So... for those of you who have never been to a Comic-Con, the culture is actually very interesting. So these Star Trek people are like gods among nerds at these conventions, right? Everyone wants to get their picture taken with them.
Yeah.
And so when you see them walking around, of course you want to approach them and you're like, hey, can I get your picture? Can I get a picture with you? Blah, blah, blah. So I see Brent Spiner, a.k.a. Data from The Next Generation, walking past our booth at Comic-Con Seattle year one. And I was like, oh my gosh, I gotta go say hi to Data. So I run up to him, I'm like, hey, Brent, like, oh my gosh, huge fan. Like, can I get a picture of you? And he kind of like goes, he's like, sure. He's like, I'll just be walking around. He's like, if you take my picture, that's okay. And I was like, I don't want to just like take a picture of you walking away. Like, I'm thinking this to myself. I'm like, can I get a picture with you? And he goes, oh, no.
Yeah.
He like walks away. That. I don't do that.
Yeah.
And I was like kind of taken aback. But what I later realized or later learned is like these Star Trek actors and Star Wars actors, whoever else comes, like they're there to make money, and how they make money is by charging for their picture and charging for their autographs. So like Patrick Stewart, if you want to get a picture with him, they move you in and out of those pictures like cattle, like 6 or 7 people a minute. $75 a photo. $75 to get your picture taken with Patrick Stewart. If you want his autograph, $85.
Yeah, if I was a huge fan, I would do it because I did it for Stan Lee, and I'm a huge Marvel fan. It was totally worth it because he's gonna die one day.
One day soon, probably.
Yeah, exactly. So it's like, dude, I would love to have a picture with a legend like that. Right?
Honestly, yeah, I think I'm gonna throw down like as a treat to myself, and I'm gonna get a picture with Patrick Stewart in my Mike T's Make It So T-shirt.
Boom.
And so since he's there, and we sell a lot of like Captain Picard stuff at Mike T's, like I'm thinking we're gonna have like a great year.
Yeah.
But
that'd be great.
Who knows? But that part I'm really excited about because I love Patrick Stewart. Who doesn't love Patrick Stewart?
Yeah.
You were not really a Star Trek fan though, right?
No, but we did grow up around that same time when that show just
we did
debuted on the scene.
I don't know. If you have never watched it, you can watch it on Netflix. The first season's kind of rocky.
Oh, is it on Netflix?
Yeah, the entire show
is it really?
on Netflix.
You always say things are on Netflix that aren't.
Yeah, and you know what else is on Netflix? Let me see
all
here.
The Star Wars?
Thor 2, all the Star Wars, and the new ones that are coming out that's going to be released by Disney, they're already on Netflix.
Yeah.
So you should just watch them there first because...
You do realize that Netflix is actually not just all the favorite movies in your mind, right?
Dude, come on. Of course it is.
So, yeah.
So I put on Netflix and I just sit back and imagine my favorite movie.
To my Netflix queue.
My Netflix mind queue. This is getting strange.
All right.
So anyway, but as long as we're talking about that topic, we can move to the first one at the end. Let's talk about, we take payments, obviously.
Yes, and Yeah, when we both got into Comic-Con, Square was just kind of getting out there.
Square as in the little square that you can plug in your iPhone to take credit cards.
That was just getting out there, and both of us had a hell of a time trying to get one.
Dude, when Square first came out, if you wanted to get your hands on one of these little freaking devices, right? You had to be lucky. You had to know somebody. You went on a waiting list. I was on a waiting list for 6 months.
Yeah.
And then when they sent them to you, you could sell them. I didn't do this, but you could sell them on eBay for like $75 because they were in such high demand.
And they came in a little crappy like bubble mailer.
Yeah, they sent it to like a hand-addressed bubble mailer. Yeah. Showed up. It was probably Jack Dorsey. Like, here's your Square, bro.
But look at it now. I mean, show that to the camera.
And actually, this is actually old. Here, now they have this nice flip out thing. Your Square sits right in there.
Here, can I see it?
Sure.
Start by opening it up.
Okay, so comes in a nice package. You open it up, gives you a little example on how to use it.
Yep.
And then actually, it comes with a little sticker right here too that shows you that you can take credit cards. Yeah. I accept Square.
That's cool.
Yeah. So it's really super fancy now, and nice and neat and compact. And then once PayPal realized that Square was indeed doing something smart. They came out with their own reader, which is what we're going to talk about.
Dun, da, da, dun.
The PayPal
triangle.
We'll charge you fees anywhere triangle.
So, do you want to film this?
Yeah. And actually, I can't plug this in. You'll have to plug it in. I'm using this Mophie case.
Yeah.
And the freaking headphone jack is like an inch recessed on this thing.
See, that's one thing that I don't like about the new iPhone is that I liked when we took payments up here. I have to kind of turn it over to
yeah, in fact, I just realized if I want to use my Square with my iPhone and this case on, I have to use an adapter, which Mophie includes with this helium case. I just reviewed this thing, which I like. But it's like, so you have like,
it's like a dangle.
It's a little schlong hanging off there that you got your freaking Square plugged into. It's ridiculous. And now, by the way, headphones too. You have to plug this adapter into your headphones.
I heard about that. Case. It's like a reset. It's like the iPhone 1. Where you need a special headphones to plug in.
I thought I didn't actually care about.
Okay, so let's do this, man. So as Erfon mentioned, PayPal came out with their own. I got this at Staples.
Yep.
You can get it for $15, and then they refund you $15 when you activate it.
Square does the same thing now too.
So yeah, they had a whole bunch of these, and you can see the packaging. They really took a lot of time to make it very Apple-like. It even says "Designed in California" on it.
Yes, check that out.
Tap the screen.
There we go. Designed in California. That's actually pretty crazy. I did that.
So you open it up.
Which it's magnetized, by the way.
Magnetized.
Remember how I said Square included a sticker on the front flap?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, look at that! Yeah. A sticker on the front flap.
I think they found the same design team for this. Because PayPal is definitely not known for their design aesthetic.
No, they're not. Even their website now is starting to look a lot like Square, which is actually kind of funny.
So you open this baby up, and then...
oh my gosh, it's not a square, it's a triangle!
Yeah, they didn't want to make it a square. It reminds me of Dunder Mifflin. Do you watch The Office?
Occasionally, yeah.
So they have like this, instead of a tablet, they came out with a pyramid tablet. It totally reminds me of that. But yeah, so this is what it looks like. It's this little triangle. Can I see your square? We can compare.
Yeah, angle the things towards the light though. There you go, so that people can see it. There we go. Yeah, you can angle it a little bit more towards me. There, perfect. You had it. Perfect, yeah.
So like that.
Yeah.
And it's a little bit chunkier, but whatever.
Definitely not as cool.
Definitely not as cool, but let's give it a shot as far as how it works with the app. So they released a new app, PayPal Here's app. So you got that?
Yep.
Oh god.
You have to enter in
see, that's
all
another
your
thing.
freaking password and stuff. Ding ding.
This is
ooh meta. Look at this.
So this is like step one of it being kind of crappy because. Because I don't think the other one logs you out as much. But anyway, okay.
Oh, dude, yeah. Now you got to plug it in the bottom.
So you plug it in the bottom, and it tells you detecting device. The other one says, like, you know,
your square. It shows the exact
and
same.
it has a connect. Do you see that it had two things? Mm-hmm. Square just tells you once, but we'll go through Square after this. Okay, so let's say I want to charge $20. Can you see okay?
Yeah, it's a little bright. Okay, we're good.
And so I can hit charge. And then you can swipe the card. I noticed that the software was just a little bit crappier than
Square.
Than Square's. I'm obviously not going to actually charge. But, like, okay, Square, for example, if I wanted to erase this, like, oh, this is a mistake, I just hit that and it gets rid of it. On this, it's like, new order. You're working on a saved order. Do you want to change this order or start a new one? Cancel? Oh, no, that's not right. New order. Okay, then now I'm on the new page. Like,
oh, gosh.
So I feel like it's...
pop-ups, not cool.
And so then it has like your PayPal info and then a calculator, I guess, is built into it. I don't know. I just feel like I don't really want to take the risk of using this thing out in public because I just really don't know what it might or might not do. The other thing that's cool about Square is that you can put a picture, and I don't see anywhere that you can put a picture.
Does it send a map with their order too, like an email receipt?
I guess. I mean, I think it encourages you to use PayPal. You know, it's like, oh, do you have a PayPal account? Swipe card. Practice swiping.
Now, does this let you input orders? Or input like inventory? I don't think it does.
It actually, when I set it up, the setup process was really long, and it said, did you want to have like built inventory, or do you want to do it by what do you call it? By like numbers, you know?
Right. Okay. So maybe you can do it.
Yeah, and actually, let me see if I can find a setting for that, because it said you can change this if you want. Manage items, add item. So here we go. Add item.
Okay. I wonder if you could do this on their website though too, because Square finally lets you add items on their website, and then you can have them available to you on your phone. Before, you just had to enter them in manually on each device, and it was such a huge pain in the arse. Oh my gosh.
So like, I don't know. What do you think of it?
Here's what I think. I don't care, because PayPal spent so many years screwing everybody who used their service that now they're gonna copy Square and they're gonna be like, oh hey, you should use this now instead. And I'm like, no. I'm not going to use your service. You screwed me so many times.
That's right.
You remember that story of when that guy shipped a violin to somebody and the person said it wasn't an authentic like violin, so they reported him to PayPal. And PayPal made the guy who was filing the complaint destroy the violin in pieces, which is, by the way, is in their end user license agreement that you agree to do that.
Why
to
did
get
they
certain
make them
refunds.
destroy it?
Because they thought it was they thought it was there's not enough storage on my phone. Really? All right, hold on. Vamp for a moment while I delete stuff.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna demo the Square Reader just as a contrast to what we just showed. But yeah, I think my main thing is I'm not totally sold on. You know, I'm kind of with you. I'm like PayPal. It's kind of too little, too late. The only thing that they have going for it that, you know, isn't an obvious ripoff and that actually is, I guess, better is Square takes 2.75% and PayPal takes 2.7%. So it's like that's the only thing, the only reason I could see using it. I don't know. Maybe I'll give it a shot, but I think I would do it like if one of my friends came by my booth. I wouldn't really want to mess with it in front of somebody because I'm not that familiar with it. And Square sometimes doesn't work perfectly. So, you know, why would I want something that could work even worse? So anyway, all
right, I think I'm ready to go here.
Okay. I'm gonna
not to mention the Square app now is so refined that it just works really well and people think it's cool. I mean, I know that sounds weird, but every time I break out my Square to like take someone's money, they're like, "Oh my gosh, you use Square? Here's my credit card."
Yeah, people are happy to do it.
Is your Square plugged in? Should I be recording this?
No, not yet.
Okay.
No.
I haven't used Square in a long time. Their iPad app is great too.
Okay, here we go.
All right.
Got this?
Yep.
Focus?
Focused.
Okay. So you plug that in.
That's it.
Has a nice little logo.
Yep.
Let's say 20... And then description, you could put, you know, a photo there as well, which is nice.
Yeah. Or if you're using the iPad app, you can have items in your inventory and you just tap a button.
And that's it. I mean, there's really nothing else here. After you swipe it, then you sign it, and that's it. I mean, I don't really know how the PayPal works as far as like the signing thing.
Yeah.
But this, you can say if it's under a certain amount that it doesn't require a signature. But other than that, I mean, if I wanted to clear something out, it just gets rid of it, and now I'm on a blank slate.
Much more streamlined for sure.
It's way easier. You can take cash. I never really used that. And then the payments get released to you, I think, in 2 business days. 2 or 3 business days.
I don't know. Oh, Square is actually the next business day now.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, I just like it. It's simpler, you know?
Yeah, way simpler.
And it's more powerful from where I stand, I think.
And I think it also goes to show that, you know, like PayPal, you can't screw your users.
Oops, sorry.
Just because you can't just keep screwing them over and screwing them over and screwing them over and then be like, oh, hey, we're going to offer you the same solution. Why don't you just use ours? Because for me, I'm going to absolutely not use it because I'm tired. I'm not happy that they have screwed over so many people. If you've ever had to deal with PayPal customer service, they're awful.
Yeah.
They're awful. And a lot of times, especially for sellers, for eBay, and for PayPal, they just screw you. So I'm sticking with Square. I like Square. Square's treated me right. Their customer service has been better.
Yeah.
Their product seems more polished. And, you know, I kind of think they have a little bit more panache.
Yeah. I agree.
Than PayPal does.
I totally agree. And I think that at this point, if you're not using a Square and you're one of the dealers on the show floor, you either look like you're really antiquated because you're using like
a
crazy,
like one of those Intuit,
like... Or yeah, one of those. Or anything else.
Yeah.
You just look kind of like... I don't know. It doesn't look as good, you know? I've seen a guy one time was like, oh yeah, I accept credit cards. And he was going to write my number down and go home and charge me. I was like, nah, I'm good. Let me get cash.
Oh, hey. Do you have a pencil sharpener?
Yeah.
Because my pencil is dull.
But
I need to write down your credit card number.
I don't think there's any excuse for not using a credit card reader, though. It's just like all you're doing is missing out on payments, right? It's a completely free thing, and smartphones are like free with contract now.
Yeah, exactly.
So why are you not taking credit cards?
Which, by the way, dude, total aside, I was coming home today, and I saw one of those people on the side of the road with their cardboard signs. She put her sign under her arm and pulled out her flip phone and was like sending a text message. I was like, what? Like, did you seriously just do that? She wasn't even trying to be inconspicuous about it. She's like, bloop. It was like one of those, like, I don't like.
She's trading her shifts for the next.
Yeah,
guy.
she's like texting the guy across the street. It's a shift change, dude. Yeah. He's like, hold on, I'm rubbing mud on my face.
Yeah.
He's got like $1,000 in his pocket. Goes home in his freaking Ferrari.
Yeah, I better make more money than that guy this weekend.
If not, we can go off on that corner together. It's super popular, man. All right, let's move on.
All right.
We might even wrap up on this topic. We wanted to talk about Google Glass because it's just the stupidest product in the world. To be honest with you.
Everyone disagrees with that.
No, nobody disagrees with me. I think people like it because it's novel.
Yeah.
But you like Google's advertisement. They show this real like cute girl and she's wearing a pair of Google glasses. I'm like, that is a work of fiction.
Wait, show me.
No one is ever gonna wear. No cute girl is ever gonna wear those stupid Google glasses.
I agree
because they are totally dumb.
I agree, but I don't know what you're talking about. Like,
okay. So for those who don't know what Google glasses are,
it's called Google Glass. By the way.
I'm sorry, Google Glass, but they actually are Google glasses. And I'm going to see... Oh, here she is. It kind of looks like iJustine.
But there's a video of this?
No. This is just a picture. Look at this chick. Hey, John. Am I ready for our blind date? Totally. Oh, my gosh. Good thing I'm wearing my Google Glass so I can see your phone number. So stupid. So... Please, you're like, I don't know why you even want to talk about this. These have been in the news a ton lately.
Yeah, every show that I've
listened to. What is the point of these things? Why would anyone want to spend any money? Why would anyone want to spend? Because everyone wants to be Geordie LaForge. That's what happens when you search for Google Glass. That's the result you get. That's racist.
That would be great if somebody made him like that.
Yeah.
Google just made him like straight up Geordie glasses.
I mean, dude, look at this geek. Not cool at all. I mean, look at this guy.
You look like a Borg.
You don't even look as cool as a Borg does. Well,
okay, so what are they touting as far as like why this is going to be a real walk into Best Buy type of product, correct?
That's what they would have you believe.
Yeah.
You will never see anyone wearing these unless he is super geek. I mean, he is running Android on everything. He is managing. He's going to be like a network administrator.
It's quite big. I think that they've done a few times where they've taken photos of it in a certain angle. But that thing is like huge, man. It looks like the size of my finger wrapped around like that.
Yeah, so I think this is more of a prototype. So they kind of look like sunglasses and has a little glass thing over your eye.
A little,
and I guess the point... Oh, Buster.
Okay, so let's break it down. What does it do? What are the features?
As far as I know, it tethers to your smartphone, and it feeds you data, you know? So it will show you GPS directions. And I'm totally ad-libbing here. I don't know how accurate any of this is. It shows you information, you know, like it's supposed to like integrate digital technology into what you see in your world.
Yeah.
And look who it is. Hey guys, I heard you were talking about Google Glass. I want to get in on this discussion. And
it shows you like a heads-up display.
It's basically a heads-up display for your face.
Yeah. But
it also acts as
it also does video and takes photos, right? That's what it does.
Yes.
So it's like that other thing that we were showing where you clip it on yourself. So if I was wearing Google Glass and you're eating a hamburger in front of me,
yeah,
we get nice pictures of that.
And you could be like, Google, show me hamburgers.
Yeah.
Then hamburgers would pop up.
So it's like you're Terminator because you just constantly see stuff.
Yes. Okay. Great example. Perfect example. So you're the Terminator, right? You're like, give me your clothes. I'm in there. Give me your outfits. And then like the dude standing there with his pool cue, he's looking super pissed. This is Terminator 2. Remember that? Yeah. He walks into the bar, and you're like analyzing his outfit.
Yeah.
And then the guy breaks the pull cue, and your screen flashes danger.
Yeah.
Right? And you're like, I'm going to fight this guy right here.
Yeah. If I could be Arnold, I would wear the Google Glass.
Yeah, I would say arguably the only person these are cool for is Arnold Schwarzenegger. He can make them look cool. But I don't understand why anyone else would wear these. I think it would be cool. Maybe this is an evolutionary thing. And you're like, all right, dude, it's going to be cool in like 10 years.
Yeah.
When this is built into a regular pair of sunglasses.
Or regular glasses.
And you can get information. But
$1,500, by the way, pre-order.
If you didn't believe me that no one's going to wear these before, maybe that will sway you over to my side. So I just don't understand the point. I do know that everyone keeps talking about these things.
So, okay, as far as I know, what we've talked about feature-wise, that's in there, but from what I've heard, they're touting more of a take video wherever you go, take photos wherever you go type of thing. And for that reason, I don't really care. I mean, like, it's like my argument of the last thing, right? You listening?
I'm listening to everything you're saying. I'm trying to dodge my dog's tongue.
It's the argument of that thing that's always taking video. And it's like, I don't really want something to always be taking video.
Yes, this is like...
And it breaks kind of like social norms. That's one thing, too. It's just like, if I had something on right now, you're probably going to behave differently in public than if I,
keep snapping pictures of me. The flash goes off every 10 seconds. I'm just like, dude, can you take that off, please? This is like car manufacturers building Twitter apps in. You don't need Twitter in your car. Like, do you need to get your Twitter messages read to you by your Ford Explorer? No.
I mean... Okay, well, why is this so much worse than a watch?
I think it's way more intrusive. I mean, to have data constantly, being fed to you in your face like this, I think is unnecessary. I think that people, even though they think they're good at multitasking, are not good at multitasking, so it's going to be distracting. If you want to look at your smartphone, look at your smartphone. Do you need to have it in your face at all time? Why don't I just I'm going to build you Erfon glass. It's going to be a bracket that mounts your iPhone right here. And no matter where you look, your iPhone will just be in your face.
Yeah.
And when you want it, you can reach in, touch your Erfon glass.
I agree with you. I think that people are trying to make the argument that it will be less obtrusive. Yes. But if you know that somebody has that on, it's just going to be... It's kind of going to be rude. Like if you're at a dinner with somebody and they have that on.
Yes, great point. Imagine how distracting it is now when someone's like this.
Yeah.
And they're going to be like, ha, 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 ha. You'll be like, I didn't say anything funny. They'll be like, oh, sorry, I was reading a news article.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, Sunday Funnies. What? Are you listening to me?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, I'm watching a YouTube video.
Sorry, I'm taking pictures.
Yeah, sorry.
Don't worry, I'll show you later.
I just got rickrolled. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I heard some examples of people like, I don't know. I think these are weird examples. Like, if say you were in a business meeting and everyone had it on, and it was, like, let's say in 10 years, everyone starts wearing them. They're just normal. Would it be weird if you're in a business meeting where you're not supposed to have, like, your phone on or, like, being able to take messages? Maybe everyone has the same software in their glasses, and it disables messages for the meeting duration, and then it goes back to turning it on. I mean, I don't know. I feel like it's so vague, and that's kind of one of those things. It's like Google has the money to just put out a thing and see, if Apple did it, it'd be like a real deal product,
Yeah.
It's not like, the iPhone wasn't this conceptual thing that they kind of like took pre-orders on. It was like, no, we're going to have it in a store. It's a real product, right?
Yeah.
Google seems like it's a little bit more vague. I don't think that you can just get it in 2 months, at
and you have to have
City
$1,500. Right? Another thing too is the iPhone, like preceding the launch, people were frothing at the mouth to get their hands on that thing.
Yeah.
Who do you know that wants a pair of freaking Google Glass?
Well, the people watching this show probably knows.
I doubt. I wouldn't be surprised if people were like, I don't know a single person.
I don't know,
Does
dude.
anyone? I've never met anyone.
Tweet it. I bet you anything. If you, no, I don't. But I bet you if you tweeted on your account, people that watch your show and this show, there's people that want it. I just don't. I don't want it. You don't want it.
I don't see the point.
I think a lot of people don't, but I think that like the hardcore geek, like the Chris Pirillo caliber geek, would want it.
Maybe that's true, but I think that it's such a small audience.
Yeah.
That it's basically pointless for Google to even pursue.
Well, somebody made a good point in this other podcast I heard where they were like, this kind of stuff does exist now. Like, you can get some kind of glasses mount that records video. You can get one that shows a heads up, but they're not very good. But it's like, what is Google going to do that's going to be so different? I guess the Google Now stuff might be interesting. Like, you walk down the street and it tells you, that place over there has good coffee or something. But, like, is that really that hard to just do this? I don't know.
Exactly my point.
I think that... I think it's kind of a hyped thing, but we'll see. I mean, you should ask for one for review and see if you get it.
I don't even want to review them.
Have your dog review.
Well, actually, I was just saying, if anyone got Google Glass, I'd want it to be my dog, because it would be so cute to see a dog wearing Google Glass
and see where she goes all day.
Yeah, that dog is wearing futuristic glasses. That's so cute. And then be like, ha 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 ha. That is the only use I can see in the Google Glasses.
But do you feel like
some Google Glasses?
Are you
no.
Are you against wearable? And do you think that we're gonna
not at all?
Do you think we're gonna go deeper than wearable to like implant and stuff like that?
Oh gosh, maybe far in the future. Yes, especially for biometric stuff. But and once we do, I think the end of the world will happen shortly thereafter. And then I mean, but like the iWatch.
I might cut off my skin.
Yeah, hold on. In 5 years, you create this chip, Erfon.
I think I'm gonna throw up.
I think I'm gonna throw up.
Miles Tyson. She's gonna blow him away. All right. Anyway.
A good reference on that. Blow him away. That's such a 90s thing to say. She's gonna blow him away. I'm sorry, Penny. Okay. I know that you want some love right now, but we're recording a podcast. Do you mind? Okay, I'm going to put you down here. Yeah, so I think they're going to fail. Mark my words. I don't say that lightly either. Like, there are a lot of products. I'm like, we'll see what happens. No, not with these ones. I think they're going to fail. Anyway, let's move on. Last story of the day.
One more.
Do you want to talk about the Apple email thing? So maybe we can touch on it.
We already started. So.
Yeah. Okay. So I'll touch on this because I thought this was really interesting.
Okay.
So, you know how Apple curates, and that's not the right word, the App Store, right? So like they don't want anything pornographic, anything sexual in there.
Yeah.
So there's been an interesting fact that's come to light. So this guy noticed that when he had the phrase "barely legal teens" in things in his iCloud account, like emails, PDFs, anything, Apple would delete it. They would not allow him to have it in his account. And it's in the EULA, by the way, the End User License Agreement. They're allowed to delete things at their discretion.
That's so weird, though, because, I mean, is it just textual, or are they actually looking at your email? Because how many people would send, like, a nude photo in email?
Well, here's the thing. Here's the kicker, and I'm sure they will correct this if they keep this policy going. Is the guy who noticed this thing happening started testing it. So he would write things in like a PDF that said, my daughter's a barely legal teen. She can't drive yet. And it's like they would delete that because they would assume it was sexual. So if you use the phrase like barely legal teen, even if you're not using it in some smarmy way, it's getting deleted by Apple.
But what other stuff? What could he say, like, I'm going to bomb the White House, and it would delete it? Or what? It'd send it to the White House?
I don't know. I think it might have just been that one phrase. But, you know, if there's that one phrase, I'm sure there's other phrases, too, that they're... But who cares? I mean, regardless of what phrases, like, let's say you sent your friend an email that said, I'm going to bomb the White House with a barely legal teen.
Yeah.
It's like, they don't have the right...
to go in there and delete stuff.
To go in there and, like, read your email, okay, Google does that, too, so I understand that.
Yeah.
But to actually go in there and delete it, like, that's crazy.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know, dude. I'm not a fan of iCloud. I think it sucks.
I don't know anyone that actually uses their iCloud email address.
Yeah.
Like, does anyone use it?
Well, so I had a .Mac account forever, right? And I have...
Honey, get out of here. Yeah, I'm listening to you.
So
I know, .Mac, right?
Yeah, I had a .Mac like way back in the day, and I kind of have that one just lingering around. But every once in a while, when I need to get into that account, I'm just like, man, this sucks. Like their interface is so stupid with the linen, and it's just so like dumb. Like it's slow, and online it just sucks, man. Like the only kind of minute okay thing about iCloud in general is the photo syncing over photo stream, and even that isn't that good. And it's just like, I don't know, I have no respect for Apple's iCloud. You can go to me.com and it won't just forward you to iCloud. It will be like, me.com is shut down, go to iCloud.com. It's like, you can't just forward me there. Like, you guys have changed the name of the stupid thing 4 times, and you can't just forward me to the new thing.
Well, if somebody emails you at your Mac account, does it forward to your iCloud account?
Yeah.
Okay, well, at least that works.
Watch, go to me.com. Oh, okay, finally. Because it would go, mobile me is shut down, and blah, 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 go to iCloud.
They probably kept that in effect for a long time.
Just in general, I don't know. It's like, if I hear any iCloud stories, I'm like, I don't give a shit. I washed my hands of iCloud a long time
ago. What I do like? Hey, no, get down. You know what I do like about iCloud, though, is the calendar syncing and the iMessage syncing. That works really well. Penny, come over here. No. My dog, Penny, ladies and gentlemen. She loves getting some attention. Come over here. And that was the one thing about iCloud. She's like, I do what I want. I do what I want.
Penny, come here.
And that's the one part about iCloud that I actually really love, because the calendar integration, especially like being able to enter an event on my iPhone and have it show up on all my Apple devices.
Oh, you mean what Google can do?
Yeah, but Google doesn't do it very well, man.
I've done it for years with Google and it does it fine.
Oh, well, what about on your iPhone, though? I mean, Are you an iCal user?
Yeah, and I use...
Sorry, calendar user now.
No, I use Calendar, and I sync it with Google Calendar.
Somebody, let's see here. Will Richards actually just tweeted me. I want to hear your thoughts on iWatch.
We're done with that.
Well, it's kind of along the same lines as the Google Glass to me. I mean, it could be really cool. I think if anyone could do it right, Apple could. But I'm kind of like, do you really need to have a phone that syncs with your watch? And not to mention...
We've talked about this. So
we talked about this in earlier episodes. Yeah.
Go back.
I think it was it Will Richards or Will Moore? I don't know. Will Richards. Yeah, there we go. Thanks for the question, though, Will.
Why don't we read an iTunes review and we'll wrap up the show?
Okay. And while I'm searching for the iTunes review,
you should just go to iTunes.
iTunes user friendly. Oops.
Yes.
Show. I do want to say, some people have noticed now that they're seeing me on yet another broadcast. If you watch Creative Live, they do online streaming education. Yes, I'm hosting for them too. So I'm there all like every so often. I've been hosting all last week, hosting all this week, so I've been super duper busy. But it's funny because I haven't mentioned it at all, pretty much. I don't talk about it on Twitter. I don't talk about it on our show. And I've had, oh my gosh, dude. Oh wait, were we already at 37?
No.
Wow, we've gone up in ratings. Thank you guys.
But you have to open it up in that.
Oh, right, yeah. So I've had several people be like, hey, are you doing this hosting thing for this company called Creative Live? And it's never like the actual dude. It's always like some guy being like, my wife was watching this show, and I thought she was watching User Friendly and listening to the Cultcast. And then I went over and she was watching Creative Live, and it was you. Wow, this is great. So we have 37 5-star reviews now, guys. So thank you for those. As you know, as I mentioned before, we make $0 from doing this show. We survive solely off your praise. So the moment we get a 1-star review, we're done.
Somebody's gonna do that now.
Somebody's gonna do it now. So thank you if you've taken the time to leave us a 5-star review. So let's go to most recent. We're gonna read one real fast.
All right.
All right. This one comes from Andrew Newsome. Awesome fun show is his title. 5 stars. Love listening to this podcast. Always a great listen to these two guys talking about the latest tech and having a good time while doing so. Keep up the work, guys. Thank you, Andrew. Also, always good listening to two guys just being real and talking like normal guys rather than some straight no emotion podcast you hear from the bigger people. Dude, this is a comment we actually hear a lot, and this is one of the things
that's our favorite compliment, by the way.
Yes. One of the things that we try to do on this show, one of the things that I try to do on the Cultcast is make it fun. Mm-hmm. Like, there's so many podcasts out there that are so dry and boring, and it's just like some nerd reading the news. Now, there's nothing wrong with some nerd reading the news, but I like to have a little bit more flair in my broadcast that I listen to.
Yeah, me too. Plus, just in general, like, this is how we would talk normally. You know, if we were just together talking about tech stories, we would just have this kind of conversation anyway. And I like that feel to these kinds of shows, you know.
I do too, and
rather than it's like Google Glass, so it will have this. It will have this.
Oh my gosh, the hot new thing, Google Glass. I'm like, no, but actually it's funny because going back years when Roberto and I first met each other, these are the discussions we would have anyway.
Right, yeah.
And we do these whether we're, you know, like on the podcast or not. And actually, we don't get to see each other as much these days, but it allows us to continue doing this. Mm-hmm. And I remember I was like, dude, we should do a podcast together at some point because we both had our own separate podcasts that we were doing. And so finally, at Roberto's goading, I finally was like, okay, let's do it.
Right.
And we haven't missed an episode since. So let me finish Andrew's review. Gives a nice warm feeling when listening. Also letting you guys know that I think you have 6 reviews on the Australian iTunes store.
Oh, cool.
Which are all good. Wow. Yeah, I guess there's a UK store.
I didn't think about that. Cool.
Let's read this one real quick too. David Vences 26. Great podcast. Love it. Good content and entertaining.
We're getting a whole bunch of new ones. I think you guys caught on that we like to read them on the show.
Yeah, no kidding. Yeah, because we have a bunch of new ones.
I think these 2 are new too. If you want to read them.
Oh my gosh, I gotta read this one. This one comes from Ka Jr. 21. Erfon and Roberto have great chemistry, almost as good as Hayden Christensen and Natalie Portman in Attack on the Clones. Almost. Well, you know, one thing that we like to do is hug each other and then roll down grass hills in the summertime.
And your skin is so smooth.
Your skin is so smooth.
And like what do you say? Like sand or something. It's not like sand.
And sometimes I wear white leotards with my nipples are really like poking out. Yeah. So that's cool.
And one more.
Okay, so let's read this one because, as you know, we did a newly titled segment called the Netflix Review, which we're going to do more often. Let us know how you like those, by the way, because we want to know if you like them as much as we do.
Yes, sir.
This one comes from Lemon Lemix. Yep, do lots of Netflix reviews. I really like that. You should do I Like Killing Flies in a few. It's a really amazing documentary. You'd love it, Roberto. That's great too.
I put that in my queue actually. I haven't seen it yet. But
okay, great. And I just got a suggestion from another. I forget who it was. I'm sorry, I'm spacing on who it was. That was like, hey, you should check this movie out.
I had a few in my queue and I just deleted them. But I was like, damn, we should probably. I should ask you if you've seen it. Because it might be, there's like a few documentaries that would work. Okay, great. So if you have a Netflix review suggestion, let us know on Twitter. Mm-hmm. Let us know on our Facebook page, facebook.com/user-friendly show.
a user-friendly show.
And if you would like to have your review read on the show, please leave us a review on iTunes.
Yes, please do. And all right, I think that's it, right?
I think
my computer's
so.
about to die too, so we should wrap it up.
So where can these folks find you on the web?
So you're definitely going to want to follow us on Twitter if you're not already. I'm at Erfon, Erfon, and you are
at Roberto, yes, Robertohos.
Because we're going to be posting lots of pictures from Comic-Con, I think, coming up. I've been pretty silent on Twitter because I've been working so much lately. And plus, it's like when I'm sitting at a desk all day, like hosting like this educational workshop, it's like there's only so much I can take pictures of.
Right. Well, I'm going to be doing a video every day at VidCon, so you can subscribe to youtube.com/throwboypillows for that.
Cool.
We also have a youtube.com/userfriendlyshow.
And then also, if you're not subscribed to this video and you're just watching it onesie twosies, subscribe on iTunes. You'll get the podcast delivered to you as soon as we upload it. And you can also watch on YouTube. Did you say this already?
Yes, I did.
Okay, great. And I think that's all we have to plug.
Cool.
All right, this has been episode 50-something of User Friendly Show.
Episode 155.
Thanks for listening. We'll see you guys
on the flip side.
on the flip week.